see my name. I was trying to think of Batman with these things first.
I am the power that craps in the night.
As it is. Where was the last shipment of drugs going? What was that supposed to be? It's my scary voice.
No, try it again. Welcome back, everybody, to D5 Questing.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Lunch hour. Oh.
Munching on some chips and a hot dog.
Some chicken
I mean, a
chips.
burrito.
No.
Cancel culture.
That happened once.
Let's not go there. Oh, we don't go there.
You can't sit in hot tubs anymore, all of a sudden.
Not without sexually harassing somebody.
Or the hot tub.
Or the hot tub. Indeed. That was my problem.
You've seen Out Cold?
Have you watched Out Cold?
No.
Well, sometimes the Jets get it's not good. We'll end there.
All right. So last week we talked about our least favorite.
First off, welcome back to D5 Questing.
Yeah.
Welcome
We
back.
haven't said it.
Let me be the first to tell you, welcome back to D5.
We haven't said it yet.
Yeah, we have.
Wait, when did we say it? Did we really say it?
Yes.
Oh, I think my audio cut out for a second then. I must have missed it.
We've been recording for 2 minutes.
I know that, but I didn't know that we had said welcome back.
You know, Reed, go ahead and say
That's it. He's leaving. He rage quit.
Let the record show that Reed pushed something in front of him violently,
Threw his headphones off.
ripped him off.
And his brother's just sitting there watching, eating chips.
Eating chips.
Hey, H, I'm glad that you're wearing shorts.
We only get to enjoy that when he gets up.
All right, well, welcome back to D5 Questing, everybody. This episode is brought to you by Change. It's a short trip from riding the waves of change to being torn apart by the jaws of defeat. And it has a picture
Change
of it.
didn't work for everybody.
It's got a picture of a guy going surfing towards a shark.
It's true. Think about when Uggabug said, "Hey, I want to eat more than just meat," and he tried out those mushrooms. And then Cuggabug was like, "No, don't do it." He's like, "Change, bro."
Hashtag.
Try
Did you say hashtag or hashtag?
Either one, I guess.
Hashtag.
Rashtag.
Mashtag. We're going to get like mashed potato in there.
Looks like you got one of them sash tags.
I got me one of them rash tags.
Boy, the way you're talking makes you sound like you're from Nashtag.
That was all terrible.
D5 tangents.
Welcome back to D5 Rhyming.
What rhymes with purple?
Hashtag, I mean, sorry, dash tag D5 dash tag.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
We figured we'd do things a little bit different today. Something we've never done on the show before. And let's talk about our favorite films.
Let's talk about our feelings.
For those of you who are wondering, this will probably be our last tangent off of the gaming sector for a while.
Now,
we'll
hold
go
up,
back to
though.
gaming.
Hold up. Before we talk about our favorite films, we have to discuss what genre.
Well, and that's what you want to know. We were honestly talking about that in the car on the way.
Because my favorite comedy is way different than my favorite action film.
Right.
Or my favorite musical.
Exactly.
Or my favorite.
So if this is to be said, right, then I don't think we can go on tangents about it, or we just focus on one genre at a time or something. I don't know.
It took us an hour just thinking of one bad movie, so.
I think instead of going genre by genre, I just think whatever in your mind is the best movie. And if you need us to narrow it down to a genre, then you can leave.
I think Jacob's the only one who feels like that. Everybody's getting up and walking away. Thanks, Jacob. Bye.
This is a great chance for me to talk about my favorite.
Welcome back to Jacob and John talking about stuff.
So how was your day today, Jacob?
It was good. We went to
You went there.
D5 the talk show.
Jake and I went to Burger King, and the Burger King here is coupled with a gas station, and they've got a drive-through though. And we pull up, and there is us, the car that's at the ordering spot, another car, and then the window car, right? And so we're sitting there, and we're there for probably 5 minutes or 7 minutes, a long time.
Everybody in front of us is ordered.
Yep. And the person right in front of us is like, nah. And so they pull out. They'll pull out technique. And so then Jake's like,
Can't
Jake
take that as
stops.
eating a hot dog.
Huh?
Huh? I don't get it.
D5 is not intended for small children.
Reed, sometimes when people are selfish and anyways, so the person at the ordering spot pulls out, and then the next person that's up there who is like 100%
I just got the joke.
The next person in line who's clearly ordered, like very clearly ordered, and they are next to get their food, is like, F this, I'm done. Throws it in reverse and leaves too. So now we're like, well,
clearly something's going on in the Burger King that we don't know about.
So we decided to take off. So that's how I'm doing. John, yourself? So instead, hold on,
Not
let me
too
finish.
bad.
No.
Okay.
Then we went to Taco Time. I was strong-armed into going to Taco Time.
Oh my gosh, no.
He was like, I'm driving, we're going to Taco Time.
Strong arm indeed.
And
I
so,
feel he's taking advantage of
story
me
is
having my
this?
face stuffed. I'm so sorry.
Whose story is it? Get some more Juan
some
burger. Get some more Juan, big Juan in your mouth.
Get some leaves.
I am stuffing the big Juan in my mouth.
Put big Juan in your mouth and let's get on.
Mine's bigger.
All right, Big D.
So I get this breakfast burrito because I'm like, that sounds good. And the thing is like 4 inches long. You guys clearly aren't as upset about this as I was.
Hold on, it's not about size, okay?
And then Jake was like, oh man, I bet you wish you got more food, didn't you?
Oh my.
And then he dropped one of his hash brown things on the ground, tater tot things on the ground. And he's like, there's that one if you want, or I'm just going to throw it in the garbage.
Always appreciate
Anyways.
someone that's willing to share.
So do we have a genre? Now that all of our listeners think that Jake is a douchebag.
Right? The whole time I'm like, did you want more? Do you want something else? Or, I guess I'll share some of my Mexi nuggets and stuff. And he's like, no, you stop it. I'm a victim.
I'm a victim.
And we'll let the listeners decide who's right. So do we have a genre? Random genre generator?
John says overall, that's my input on that one.
Okay. John, you want to start us off?
Sure, I'll go over.
All right, I mean, I could. I'm not eating anything anymore.
Wait, there is a random, the genre picker. Spin for your genre. Here we go.
Here we go. Big money. No
That was a fun
whammies.
sound.
The genre is crime heist. Your favorite crime heist movie?
We've already talked about Ocean's 11.
I think
That's not my favorite one.
What's the one? Italian Job, I think, is going to be.
Yep, that's the one. Yep.
All right, spin it
Okay, well,
again.
that was easy enough. What else we got?
I like shoot. It was the European Ocean's 11.
Isn't that the Italian Job?
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels?
It'll come to me crap.
Peaky Blinders.
All right. Mystery.
Clue. Easy. Next one.
Yeah, Clue. Yeah.
You kidding me?
Nope.
Come on. What about?
I really like the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes.
That's what I was.
That was a great one.
That
Those
was
are good.
like those two were my. I loved those. I hated that they didn't do a third one.
It's coming out. It's coming out. They're
What
doing
about
it right now.
Enola Holmes? Did you guys see that?
Well, yeah, it was okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
It wasn't. She's not my favorite actress, but it was decent.
All right.
All right,
So since
Jay,
we
we'll
have-
let you go first. Then, what's your favorite movie? Go.
All right, so
I was gonna say since you already clearly have a genre in mind, go ahead.
So, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this over the last couple weeks since we first kind of teased about it. And I would say my all-time favorite movie, not the one that I'm going to go with for this discussion, would be 1998 Sam Neill Merlin.
Okay.
Okay?
Interesting.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Wait, you said Merlin?
Merlin.
Wasn't that a mini series?
Yeah, technically.
After
it was like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But I consider it a movie. But the movie
It was one of those. It was one of those back when. Hold on, I just want to make sure because it was back when like CBS or whatever was doing all the little fantasy miniseries.
Yeah, it was almost like a Hallmark type thing, but not
because
Hallmark.
they did like Gulliver's Travels and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to make sure I was thinking of the right one.
Remember, and so that's the one that's like. Well,
That's where he takes the
That's a good place to
moon out of.
start.
Yes.
Yeah, he takes the moon out of the sky and rolls it on his
Yeah,
fingers, right?
like a coin. Yep, that's the one. You guys are both spot on.
That's also the one where the guy throws the axe at the very beginning, and rather than rotating in air,
Does
it just
Straight line.
a straight line, beeline.
Dude, that's straight skill, man.
That's
a magic throwing axe.
next time we go over to Dad's, we are going to try throwing his tomahawk.
Thrust the tomahawk.
It's just
because-
like
In the movie, he actually does an overarm throw too.
I don't know, man. That'll give it a spin.
We're gonna try it.
It would. That's the whole thing. Like he flicks that
It's a
thing.
magic axe, guys. It's a magic axe.
Okay. Magic axe in a movie.
It
with
has a
magic
gyroscopic rotation in the center.
I'm not bringing down your movie because I agree with you. I love that movie.
That is one that I think I would qualify as my favorite movie. It was brought up. I don't remember if it was last episode or the episode before. I think it was 2 episodes ago where John was like, your movie has to be one that you've seen more than once. And I said I disagree. And the big reason why I disagree with that is I feel like the more times you watch a movie, the less value it has for the impact that it has. And so that all being
Brave
said,
little toaster.
Here's the way that I think about it, though. I think about it maybe like this. What is one that you'd be like, hey, we should watch this with other people? Or something like that,
And even then, I don't want to base my favorite movie off of what I think other people will enjoy. So the movie I'm going to go with, Reed.
I'm trying to get Jake's attention.
Oh,
H's
Jake?
attention. There you go.
Oh, he doesn't have his glasses on. That's why.
There we go.
I'm trying to protect his eyes.
Poor guy.
I got better than perfect vision anyway.
Continue, Jake. Sorry.
So the movie that I'm going to go with for the sake of the discussion today is Liam Neeson in The Grey.
That's true. You really like that movie.
I am a huge fan of the movie. My wife absolutely hates that movie. We saw it once and she's like, there's no point. It's just a stupid survival... Spoilers. It's just a stupid survival movie where everybody dies in the end. I was like, no, if you think that's what it is, then you've entirely missed the point. It's not a survival movie. It's about finding the will to continue on when you don't have anything pushing you. And I cry every time I see it. Every time I see it. So
you cry during that one?
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting.
Yeah. So the Grey for me will be the one that I use for today's discussion as my highest rated film that I would pick. John, you also said that you don't think 10 exists in your rating scale.
No, he thinks it does. He thinks it does, but it has to be like God.
It has to be the perfect movie that everyone loves. That's why it'll never be a 10.
Gotcha. So for me, I think a 10 has to be absolutely extraordinary. I think The Gray for me would be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, 10 out of 10, The Gray. Rebuttals.
Jacob just wants to fight wolves in the winter. That's really it.
I got no rebuttals against The Gray. That was a great movie. It really was.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I want to watch it.
Me too.
Have you seen it, Reed?
No, that's what I'm saying. 0. I got nothing.
Okay.
I watched it because of Jacob, and I enjoyed it.
Okay. Next time you guys are up,
I own it. I just never watched it.
Watch it at night. It's not a daytime movie, so
We'll watch it and review it live, premiere.
live
Live questing.
from Reed's basement.
Premiere.
We'll get out the red carpet and everything. Which, as a side note, it's so hard for me to watch movies during the day. If it's light outside, it's so hard for me to watch it.
That's why I have the blinds closed. I watched Saving Private Ryan this week, like during the daytime. So
even that,
blackout
like,
blinds.
Getting up and like leaving the room and having it be light outside. Like, if you guys ever been to the theater during the day, and you come out of the theater and you're like,
this feels wrong.
I mean, I watched.
Especially if you go out the exit that's in the theater, like you go out the door directly outside from the theater.
yeah,
So you go from the dark room straight into the light. You're like,
straight to outside. What does the internet have to say rating wise for The Gray?
Oh, let me look it up. Sorry.
Look at it this way: if Viktor Frankl likes the movie, it's a good movie.
Everybody has their own opinion.
I don't think Viktor Frankl's seen it.
All right, The Gray got 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb, 79% Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic is 64%, 87% of Google users.
Hey, 87% is not bad. That's actually a lot higher than what I was anticipating.
That's a lot lower than most Google users for most movies.
That's less than for Letters to Juliet.
I think we need to take into account the people that use Google reviews.
That was by all 4 people that used it and saw the movie, right?
All right, who's next? I got one, I guess.
Okay, Jakers, go.
This is one that I'm always like, you should watch it and tell me what you think. Is Gross Point Blank. I like Gross Point Blank.
Gross Point Blank.
Have you seen it?
No.
It's John
Cusack.
Yeah.
Joan Cusack's in there.
And yeah, his sister's in it too.
Minnie Driver.
And Minnie Driver. And funny enough, I guess it is kind of a rom-com.
Yeah, he's in several of those.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So what Gross Point Blank is, and by the way, and I'll talk about it off air with you guys so you can understand, but I got a soft spot in my heart for assassin movies. It's like, if we got to talk about genres, I was thinking about that. That's
So what do you think about Shooter?
I like Shooter a lot, and most people hate it, which is
I thought
funny.
it was fine, but did you?
I like Shooter.
I like Creed Bratton's review of it.
Well, even
Like my favorite James McElroy movie, Shooter. Curve the bullet.
yeah, right. Well, that was different. That's not Shooter. That's
Wanted.
Limitless.
yeah.
Wanted.
No, Wanted. That's right.
Wanted.
That's Wanted.
Limitless is the one where the man's limitless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's
Shooter.
Yeah.
Shooter is Marky Mark.
My bad.
Marky Mark is
And the
a
funky punch.
sniper.
yeah. Marky Mark is a Marine sniper.
Limitless just popped into my head for
That's
some
right,
reason.
yeah.
I was thinking Unlimited, and I'm like, that's not right. And so I was like, no,
No,
it's
and
Limitless.
then they made a series out of it, and the series is
Limitless,
okay, which is fun. Well, no, of Shooter,
Oh,
and-
okay.
and the producer of it is Marky Mark. So I believe Mark Wahlberg is the director and producer of that. I'd
Yes,
have to
he
look
is.
it up just to make sure. Yep. But anyways, Gross Point Blank is John Cusack is a ex military CIA assassin, and he created his own business, and the jokes are just wonderful. The jokes are so deadpan that everybody thinks that he's joking with them when he's being serious. And so it's great. So like people are like, he'll come back. He's got to go back to do one last job before he gets out. He wants to be done. And so his last job is in Grosse Pointe, and
which is where he
went to high school.
Yeah.
And like everybody thought he was going to be amazing. And he disappeared senior year of high school because he just basically dropped out of school and joined the army. And so this is the first time everybody sees him again. And so on an introduction to him all, they're like, so what have you been up to? I'm a hired hitman and I'm an assassin. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. How's insurance for that? Well, it's tougher than you think, you know. And then everybody's like, ha ha ha, oh. Like,
there's one part where he's like talking to his therapist, and he's like, they want me to go to my high school reunion next week, and I don't know, like, what am I supposed to do? You know, show up, and they're telling me about their lives, and I say, yeah, that's great. I killed the president of Paraguay with a fork. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Like,
that sounds awesome.
Dude, it is so good. It's so good. Like, the humor in that one is like just spot on. Like every time.
Yeah.
You're just like, that was good. It was well done.
Minnie Driver at her finest.
Yeah, she is really good in it. John Cusack, I'd probably say it's one of his best acting roles. Funny enough. Like, he hits every point really well.
Joan Cusack hits her points.
Oh, for sure. For sure. She's actually really funny. Joan Cusack's really funny in it.
You ready for your ratings on it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let him rate it first.
But oh my gosh, that is probably one of my 9 out of 10 movies. Like, it is one that I could almost sit down and watch probably like at least every year and feel like that was good.
Which is high praise for how often Jakers actually rewatches movies.
Yeah, it's true. So, yeah, there you go. Let's what's my reviews on it?
You got 7.3 on IMDb, 80% Rotten Tomatoes, 76% on Metacritic, 76%, 87 on Google users.
Wow. That's lower than Jacob's.
I liked it. It was a good movie. I'd give that myself because I did enjoy it. I'd give it a 7.2.
I own 2 copies of it because when
you watch it twice,
to keep forever, eh?
Yeah,
well, twice at the same time.
When I moved, I thought I lost it, and so I found it again in a Walmart bargain bin. I was like, "What? $4? We're getting this movie."
I'd give that. It's hard for me on rating things because then I have to think back and think. I give Ender's Game an 8.5. So if I give it higher than that, I think it's better than. So I start having that. But on its own scale, I think I'm going to give it. I'd give it an 8.3. I'd give it an 8.3.
Oh, and it's got great music.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, I want to watch it now.
Why is it rated R though?
Because there's a lot of murder.
Yeah.
Is that the only reason though?
That's it. Well, they swear.
There's violence. Yeah.
As long as it's not like.
I'm not. I mean,
no red light district.
It's not gory. Go. It's basically like all the kills in it too are almost
common sense.
Well, they all are, but it's like they don't go borderland.
This is what it would look like.
Yeah, like it doesn't go over the top with it for the most part, and it also doesn't undercut it, and it doesn't make it slapsticky. It's like right on point. You're like, okay, yep. And then it gets right back into the deadpan humor, like right afterwards.
Gross Point Blank would recommend.
Yeah, I like it. One of my faves. Absolute faves.
Okay. Anyone want to go next?
John?
Okay, I'm going to go next. Fair enough. I'm going to say my all-time favorite one, just because I really enjoyed it for what it was. I grew up with the series. It's from some video games. It is Wing Commander.
Wind Commander?
Wing Commander?
Wing Commander, yes.
Wing Commander is pretty good.
For what it was, honestly, I've rewatched that movie hundreds of times. I kid you not. I have.
What is it, the Death Flower?
So... No, that is Death Flower. That is The Last Starfighter is what you're thinking.
Oh, shoot. That's The Last Starfighter.
Yeah, no, Wing Commander. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a pile, John.
No, man. Hey, my favorite movie. I'm giving my honest opinion.
I know, that's good. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
Wing Commander, I really did enjoy it. Cinematically, the action was all there. Was a little bit of rom-com in it. My Marianne sat down and watched it with me. She wasn't really into it, but hey, it had a little bit of stuff that kept her attention. Like I said, I've watched it a lot. Really enjoyed it. There's a little bit of tactics in it. Like I said, I grew up with a video game, so it was why a little bit more for me. It was one of the better ones that came out at the time for what it was, right?
Looks
From
like,
game to movie.
Looks like Chris Roberts is in it.
Dude, that
That's
was
the director.
Oh.
It's Freddie
just-
Prinze Jr.
There you
yeah,
go.
that's.
He's the main character.
I,
So yeah, honestly, on a rating scale for me, I'm going to put that one. Oh, let's see. I'd put that one at about a solid 7.8. For
do
me,
you think that it would be better if it didn't have Freddie Prinze Jr.?
honestly, no. I think he did a great job in it.
Really?
Yeah, really did.
Yeah.
The ships, the bombers, the fighters, the troop transport, the carrier, everything. Like the whole movie, as it was based off the game, was bang
Yeah.
on for me. Right,
I
the
don't-
acting in it, the attitude from all the different characters was awesome. I really did a really well done movie to me.
Yeah.
Everyone might, whatever else about it. It was a B-list movie, cult classic, whatever. I don't care. But for me, I really did enjoy it, and I've watched that one many, many times over.
Right on. Right on.
So that's why I said over the years, yeah, I probably have watched it a few hundred times.
Mm.
You ready for your ratings on it?
Yep, ready for the ratings. I know it's going to stink, but
4.4 IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes at 10%.
yeah.
Google reviews, though, 80%.
And 21 on Metacritic.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
I like it, John. Hey, you give a good point.
I'm
man.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really did enjoy it.
Here's the big thing for it, John, that I think really speaks to it is that you've stated that you watched it even recently. So it wasn't just a I remember it. Yeah, I remember it so fancifully from my childhood. No, man, it's still one that you dig.
Yeah.
I like it.
When was the
like-
last time you watched it?
The last time I watched that would have been a week ago or so.
Oh my gosh, you really are a cinephile, where you're just like
You have no idea.
By the way, and real fast on a tangent. This is my problem, and this is where I live. In this, my mode of it is there's so many things to watch. There's too much. There's honestly just too much to ever watch. So why rewatch something? You know what I'm saying?
That's why I like rewatching things. If I really enjoyed it, then I really would enjoy watching it again, which is why we used to do it all the time as kids, Reed and I. We used to rewatch movies all the time.
How do you think we can quote Hook so much?
Yeah, we can quote. That's the reason we can quote so many shows.
Blazing Saddles, right here. I can quote the whole thing.
Yes.
Word for word.
Too bad
Lock-
this is my band.
Right. I'm sorry. Wing Commander even beats out Blazing Saddles. There are so many really good
funny.
movies, but that's the one I would have to say.
Fun for Blazing Saddles, I know so many of the quotes from it, but I've never actually seen Blazing Saddles all the way through.
That's kind of
Really?
funny too.
Lost in the Barrens was the movie that I watched over and over again as a child. Didn't understand it at all.
That one I don't think I've ever watched.
I've got 2 copies on VHS.
Princess Bride was one of the biggest ones that we ever watched.
The first time I ever heard of Princess Bride, I was like, no.
What did you watch it?
Princess Bride.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, those are 2 negative words. I was like 9, right? I was like, no, this sounds like the girliest of girly movies. I was the kid in that movie. Is how I felt about Princess Bride.
You're not even close.
And then you
don't
watch
even
it
look
and you
like
become the kid at the end of the movie.
They're kissing.
So I got a
But
question
yeah,
for you guys.
amazing.
Those of you that have watched it, what would you rate Wing Commander?
I thought it was tacky. That was me.
Yeah.
It was so goofy, cliched, and that's why I said it feels like the acting isn't on par. It was over the top, and that's how I usually feel about Freddie Prinze Jr. I feel like he has a good-looking face, and that's about it.
That's fair. Fair.
Yeah. And so that's why when you said it at first, I was like, hold on, because I was thinking The Last Starfighter.
Yeah.
when you said it, and I was like, Last Starfighter ain't bad.
And that is a great movie too. Don't get me
Hold
wrong.
on. Wing Commander does suck. But the crazy thing is like what you said, is it was one of those, again, where it could have been a great movie. Like,
Well, and that's
like,
just
that's
it. If you based it, like if you grew up playing the Wing Commander games,
yeah.
right? He didn't do the greatest job acting as the main character, but you know what? If you follow through the games, actually he is pretty bang on for his attitude throughout the whole thing.
Sure. And it's one of those things that I think about it too, where I'm just like, I gotta learn to let go in movies.
You really do. Because, well,
So what
when
would
you
you give
let
it
go,
for
Okay, wait 1 second though. Before anything else, I just watched. So Jake says, "I really need to let go in movies," and Jacob, like this sign of his face, just like, yeah, you really do.
well, magical things happen when he does. I'll give you a perfect example. That thing you do.
Good movie.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, good movie.
That's the kind of movie that, like, if somebody explains the premise to you, you're like, oh,
That's
okay.
dumb.
And that's exactly what Jaker's thoughts were about that, where he's like, I'm going to watch it because other people are saying I'm going to watch it. And he watched it, and
I like it. I like it.
There you
I
go.
like this so much.
because he let go of his preconceptions of what a movie should be.
Well, and I didn't try to critique it. My biggest problem is I criticize throughout films too. Like
Lamar made it for you.
Now, by the way, too, this happens. There's only 2 people who have truly ever sat through films with me in this whole group right now. You know, like Jacob and my wife, and both of them do exactly what Jacob just said. Yeah, you really do. Okay, like. My wife would have said the same thing if she was in the room too.
To what?
She doesn't like watching films with me.
He really needs to let go when he watches movies.
So, what rating? What would you give it for rating again?
Me?
Yeah.
Wing Commander?
Yeah.
It was a 5 out of 10. I'll tell you what, when it
That's
came
not
out,
bad.
it was a good watch.
Yeah, that's average. I'll take that. I'll take a good average.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, who we got next? H.
Read H.
All right, I'll go. But my problem is I really do need a genre.
So do I.
I
think
really do.
I think you should dress up as Rasputin for Halloween. I really do.
Just
So here's
You gotta
where
pick
I
one.
was. I basically picked a genre in my head because I was thinking, what's one of my favorite genres? And that's why I said, one of my favorite genres, because it's not even a genre of, the assassin, but assassin films, that would probably be my faves. So, like, do you have something along that line? And then inside of that, what would it be?
Okay. Well, since no one's done it yet, I'm going to go with the family feel-good genre.
okay.
Because there are some really good movies in there.
The Santa
Like-
Claus.
No. Like
Plain milk's fine.
Instant Family.
Buttercream Gang.
You see Instant Family?
Instant Family.
Marky Mark?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's...
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good
They
movie.
fostered the kids and adopted.
That
That's
was a great movie.
fantastic movie.
Oh.
So good.
Yeah, because
Also, oh, sorry, go.
no, I was just gonna say, isn't that the one where they like go through and it depicts like foster care, and it kind of goes through the stages of people that want to get into foster care. They're like excited but nervous, and then they're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get the good ones, and they go to the kid fair and stuff. And
Yes.
yeah, that was a great movie.
That movie
was
is
a great movie.
fantastic. Another one that I really, really liked, another Cusack movie, another John and Joan Cusack movie, was Martian Child.
I don't think I've watched
I
that.
don't think I know.
Oh, man. That one gets me every freaking time. It's another adoption movie.
You want an emotional movie? I got an emotional movie for you. Iron Giant.
Ooh.
I
Right?
still freaking tear up to that movie every time I watch it.
I can't. I watched Iron Giant. I was just I didn't have a good I wasn't in a good mindset for it. I was like, I just don't want to watch it, guys.
Oh, man.
So I watched it with a group of friends because they're like, oh, it's so good, and I was like, okay, I'll watch it with you. And then I was just like, it was all right. So I never like, I don't know. If I watched it in a different setting, if I was in a better mood for it, maybe I could have gotten into it.
If we're gonna go family feel good movies, Homeward Bound.
That's a good one.
Homeward
I
Bound.
don't know if that's a top, but
That
Probably
is
that's the top for me, but that was one that we watched a lot.
Harry Harry and the Hendersons.
No, that's a comedy.
It was a
Never watched
good movie.
That's not a family feel good.
Never
That's a
watched
comedy.
it.
This is the problem with most of the family feel-goods, especially from the 80s, is they rely on false premises and fill children with these ideas that certain ways of life can coexist and be happen, like Mrs. Doubtfire and stuff.
Neither of mine are from the 80s, though. Both of mine are from the 2000s. And
Well,
Instant
speaking
Family
of
was even
premises
last
that
year.
can't really happen, Homeward Bound, I know there's going to be people in the audience that are like, no, that definitely can happen. But, like, the last
There's
time I
a
watched
Canadian
it
story
was...
of that actually happening.
Well, the last time I watched that was, like, 2 days after my daughter's cat ran away.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
You know that Homeward Bound, not number 2, number 1 is based off of.
Well, yeah, no, I understand that, but like the odds of it happening are slim.
Very, yeah, but it's based. Even Disney has a different movie that's not Homeward Bound. It's called The Greatest Journey.
That is so crazy.
That's the original of the story. So,
Benji too.
Yeah, Benji.
All right.
And there's
So
also
back to
Milo
the
Notice.
Yeah, back to 8.
Back to the things. My rating on Instant Family, I'd give that movie an 8.5.
Nice, that's high.
I have to watch it. Like
IMDb,
it's way good.
It's one of those
so
that
good.
it is one of those that, funny enough, is it was just kind of like a when it came out, I was like, oh yeah, that looks like it'd be kind of good.
Not a whole lot of pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, but then I never watched it. Like
So good.
That's a great family night movie.
I think it's on
It really
Amazon.
is.
You got ratings on that one?
yeah. IMDb gave it 7.3 out of 10. Metacritic is a 57. I don't have the others.
Rotten Tomatoes 81%. Facebook 4.9 out of 5.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
94% Google users.
Wow, that
Pretty
is
high ratings.
I'll tell you what.
It's good.
What did Tomatoes give it?
Tomatoes gave it 81%. 81.
While there's many roles that maybe he didn't do so well on, and people love to make fun of Mark Wahlberg, I'd say I actually enjoy a lot of his films.
Four
I have-
Brothers.
I am.
Yes.
I have a coworker. She
Brothers
said,
is great.
"I don't care what he's in. I will watch it."
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
I do enjoy Mark Wahlberg.
The only,
I really
the
do.
only movie where I would think that maybe, and it's only because I don't think they provided him with a good role for it,
Other
was
guys.
The Happening. And the only reason
Still
why
enjoyed
is
it.
I know, but he glazes over many times in that, but you can tell it's because it's like,
He didn't have a director giving him good shots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He didn't have a good direction. And
Yeah.
but man, I would say I'm a Mark Wahlberg fan.
All right. For sure.
Anybody else watched it?
I've never
Half
seen
off.
I Instant Family.
Yeah.
I watched it with
Okay.
my wife, and I will echo 8.5. I'll give it 8.5. That was very solid, very feel good movie.
Watch
Yes.
it for a family movie night, I guess.
Absolutely.
Watch it for family movie night.
Myself, I'd give it a rating. I'd give it a solid 7.7.
Nice.
That's
high for
that's a
John.
high mark for me. I'd give it a
Yeah, that's high for
7.7.
It's a high marky mark for John.
John.
Well, he's got better ones. I actually enjoyed Shooter more.
Shooter was great.
Shooter's really good.
I'd give Shooter
Never
like
saw
7, 8, but
I
that-
like
that's a whole
Shooter.
other thing.
I
But
like Shooter a lot.
I never saw it.
Yeah, you
I
did.
watched-
You should watch it when it came on TV.
Shooter.
Yeah.
I've seen like the one scene. That is it.
The very end when he picks off like 4 guys in the snow.
No, not even that scene.
well, yeah, that's not even
It's like-
close. That's like the 3/4
It's-
mark of the way through the movie.
It's like the house scene that's in the woods or something like that.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's-
the
it's-
ending. There is the house
Yeah.
scene there,
That's like the only thing I've seen of Shooter. I've never seen anything.
and
else, so.
that's not a bad part to see.
Yeah.
I
But
watched
that's a pretty good depiction of what the whole movie, accumulates to. So
I watched a sniper movie last night. I don't remember the name of it, and I fell asleep halfway through.
well, it couldn't have been that
Yeah.
good.
Good job.
And that's one thing I'll say: I've never fallen asleep to a movie, at least not one that I haven't watched before.
First time I watched Jason Bourne, Bourne Identity.
You fell asleep to it?
Fell asleep. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd been sledding all day on the mountain, so
So you were pretty tired.
I was pooped. Yeah, we started it at like 12:30. Batman Begins, I also fell asleep in, but that one we started at like 2.
I enjoyed all those.
I can't remember what it is.
That's not Marky Mark.
There's
That's
one movie that I've never
Matt
finished.
Damon,
It puts
so.
me to sleep every time.
What movie's that, H?
I can't remember what it is, but I
What's
have
that?
yet to finish it. There's a movie that came out. I don't remember what it is, but I cannot last through it. I fall asleep every single time I watch this movie. I don't remember
Pearl
what it
Harbor,
is.
isn't it?
Oh, dude, I've had one like that. My wife would be able to tell me because she's tried to watch it with me like 3 times, and I don't fall asleep in movies.
I know, and I typically don't, but this movie gets me every time I'm out.
All right, Reed. Spin your genre.
I'm gonna have to. I really don't. That's like
What's your favorite genre? What do you prefer watching?
I like watching almost all of it. That's like
Yeah, I love
That's my
all
problem.
the different genres.
Okay, so
that's-
let's do this. What's your favorite movie and your least favorite genre? Horror.
What's my favorite movie and my least favorite genre? We're gonna spin for it. Here we go.
Big money, big money, big money, big money.
Mockumentary.
The Office.
Yes, I know it's one I like.
Mockumentary. That's what it's
The
like.
Onion, the movie.
What we do in the shadows.
No, I think my favorite, if I'm gonna go with that category, mockumentary, I'm gonna go with what is it called? Shoot.
White girls.
No. White chicks, isn't it? Is that called?
White chicks. Yeah, it's white chicks. Yeah.
But that's not a mockumentary. That's just
That's
What is it called?
Borat.
It's got Owen Wilson in it. It's Masterminds.
Masterminds.
I don't know if they're making fun of them. I don't know.
Masterminds.
Yeah, it's Owen Wilson, Zach Galifianakis.
Is that the guy who robbed Wells Fargo? The Wells Fargo truck.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Okay, so that's not the animated cartoon one that I'm thinking. Then
No.
No.
Mastermind.
It's a no. But
It doesn't even ring a bell.
I really enjoyed that one. That one was
Zach Galifianakis is the like the scapegoat for their big ploy.
yes.
I haven't seen it, but I
It has the one actress where she's typecast to just be the loudmouth woman.
Yeah.
All she ever is just doing is yelling. Okay, calm down.
What would you give that, Reed?
For Masterminds, I'd probably give it a 7. But for a kind of making fun of what happened for a mockumentary, I think it's a good 7. That's why it's like I'm not going to give it a higher rating because it's not like one of my favorite films, but definitely a funny film, and definitely it was good. They did a good job with it. But okay, I'm trying to think like something that would be
I'd give Masterminds a 5.5.
Well, I don't know. Roll it again.
You roll it again.
My
Roll it
favorite
again.
mockumentary would be The Onion.
The Onion
Yeah,
movie.
The Onion, the
is
movie.
Amazing. So what you're gonna want
Never
to
heard
do
of
is you're gonna want to
Have
take
you-
the cat and roll it in the flour, nice and good.
Here's our brand new neck belts.
Why
They
does it
find
keep
that
going
it's
to
not
this
working
spot?
very well.
Stop it! I don't want that.
Have you guys seen What We Do in the Shadows? Okay, you guys should watch What We Do in the Shadows. It is it's extremely gory. Just heads up, it is extremely gory. Because
Heads up! I feel like there's a pun there.
No, it's about a house of vampires living in modern day New Zealand.
Really?
It's Watiti, whatever that guy's last name, the director, the guy that did Thor Ragnarok.
Jeff Goldblum.
No. He plays the Rock character in that movie.
And he's the director?
Yeah, he's the director of the movie too. He also directs What We Do in the Shadows, and he's in it as well. It is so funny. Love that show.
I'm not a fan of vampire movies.
I'm not
Vampires
either.
and werewolves are my least favorite genre.
I am not either, but this one is not. It's making fun of vampire movies.
Once
And
upon a time
it's
I was.
so good.
But that was ruined by
Twilight.
oh my gosh, I gotta tell you my Twilight story.
Oh yeah, you didn't tell us.
No,
ahead.
what was Underworld?
I love
Kate
them.
Beckinsale.
I liked the first
I
one.
owned all
I was like, this
long
is
time.
possibly going somewhere good. It was a little hokey, and then the second one, I was like, oh nope. You didn't.
I give
really get it.
Underworld. I give Underworld 3 or 4 stars.
I enjoyed the Underworld series. Watched them all. Used to own them. Dropped them all when I moved back home before I met Marianne.
All of the stars I give to Underworld go straight to Kate Beckinsale for looking good.
Yeah. So, Twilight. Here's the thing. The Twilight books were always dumb to me for one too. My daughter was totally into them. She was like, "I'm going to call in a favor sometime, and you're going to have to sit and watch the Twilight movies with me and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, that's about the only way you're going to get me to do it, is if you basically burden me into it." But I just thought they were so dumb. The whole setup was dumb. Because what's crazy is I think I do like vampires and werewolves and stuff, but I feel like the only way that Hollywood believes they can do vampires is
teeny bopper romanticized.
The way that they've done them, yeah.
Or that it's just tons and tons of just over sexualization. And it's like bizarre because I'm with it that, okay, yes, you're luring people and there could be sexualization to it, but like, what the frick? Like, why does it got to go that outrageous?
Watch What We Do in the Shadows.
Right. And
the vampire movie you've always wanted.
Yeah. So, but here's where it went. I was walking through Walmart and I was back by the electronics section, and I'm just sitting there and I was waiting for somebody, and they're previewing something on the TV, and I see these really cool like werewolves bounding out of onto this field, and I was like, whoa, those are werewolves. What's going on here? Like, this is pretty cool. And I'm sitting there watching, and they got me enthralled for like 30 seconds. I'm watching the preview of what's going on. I'm like, what is this movie? I've never heard of this movie. Like, what the frick? Did a new cool movie come out? Boom! Next up, glittery vampire. And I was like, oh, you okie doke me for 30 seconds. How dare you? How dare you? For 30 seconds, you had me where I was like, oh, I'm really interested. What's going on? No.
I got one for you then, Jake. Straight up, decent vampire movie, not a whole lot of rom-com, whatever else. Dracula Untold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's a wild one. Like, there was this TV series that was like, I'll remember it in a second, but it's basically about a family of werewolves, and they just how they go through life and stuff and dealing with being werewolves and crap. And it was pretty enjoyable until it started getting midway through, and then they started introducing magic and stuff, and then it was like, oh, we're straying into like supernatural territory. Okay, like. It's like you could have just stuck with one thing and it's just werewolves. But no, we had to start introducing other stuff. But anyways,
all right. I got two.
New genre. What do you got?
No, I got two for you. All right.
You got them? Okay.
I got two that I really enjoyed. I liked. I don't know. There's just so many movies out there for me just to narrow down one. I can't. Like,
You're so funny.
I can't. That's me. But I'll go with. I liked Highwaymen.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was one of my good ones, I think. And I'm going to go three. So I got Highwaymen. We've got Jack Reacher.
I like Jack Reacher.
Yeah, Jack Reacher's good.
And the last one is Chris Pine. What is it called? Unstoppable. I like
which one's Unstoppable again?
Unstoppable is the one where he's
on the train.
He's on the train with Denzel Washington.
Yes, that was a great movie.
So
yes, that's a good movie.
Him and Denzel Washington. That's probably. I think that's the one that I'm going to go with is Unstoppable.
The true story.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington.
I really enjoyed how the whole thing about it. It just kept you on edge the entire time. It was just kept you focused the entire time. That's. You just didn't know what, especially if you weren't familiar with the story, you didn't know what was going to happen. And
I haven't seen it. And I know I've seen the preview for it, but I don't even know the story.
It's
fantastic.
It's
fantastic. It's a true story. Yeah, it's a true story.
I'd say that most Denzel Washington movies I enjoy as well.
Yeah. Just because you
Say
mentioned that
most.
one.
What's the one you don't?
What's one that I don't? Nothing comes to mind at the moment.
Deja vu.
See, as soon as you said
Because, I
Denzel,
mean-
the two that immediately came to my mind was what's the one with Bones there? The Zodiac one, or whatever it was. He's a detective laid up in a bed.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. I think it's
I don't know.
Bones. I can't remember. I might be
Man,
wrong.
Man Under Fire is good.
That's the one where he's like the
Deja
bodyguard.
Vu.
Yep. He's the bodyguard for a gal in Mexico. And then,
Oh,
Yeah, that
Anyway.
was not bad.
anyway, but that's what I was going to say. I would say Unstoppable is probably, I'll go with, out of the three of those, I'll go with Unstoppable as one of my favorite. I'd give that one an 8.
That's yeah. It was a really good movie.
if you give me some more genre, I'll probably pick something else out of it. But
All right.
I'm only stuck in the Hitman genre.
I want to.
So I'm willing to give some more up that I
So
think
let's
are
go.
really good.
Let's go Western.
Well, I want to go back to Highwayman real quick.
Okay,
'cause
Highwayman, all right.
I didn't realize that came out in 2019, but we
Oh, yeah.
watched that and that was pretty good. It was one of those where at the very end it got a little too real for me.
Well, it's based
You know.
off of the real story.
I understand. Yeah, I understand, but like the way that they
take Bonnie and
portrayed,
Clyde out.
yeah, that's the exact part that I'm talking about. Where I was like, this is doing something to my emotions that I just,
Really intense. Definitely intense. But yeah, I really like that one. I watched that one over a series of time because I was at work. So I watched like a half hour of it during my lunch break and then another half hour. So that's how.
Did you
I
guys
really
see
like that one.
The Founder? That's the one about the guy, the
McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, terrible.
Terrible movie or terrible process?
Oh, fantastic movie. Terrible process.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
and
Like,
what's
you
his name?
read
What's
that
the
movie-
actor's name?
It's a Michael Keaton.
He did a phenomenal job and like the whole movie. But yeah, that's one where is that mockumentary? Is that still that genre?
No.
Because it's not funny.
No.
It's not necessarily mocking it, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's more.
It's
Telling
more
the
of telling
story.
the story. Yeah.
'Cause,
like
that was-
how Unstoppable is basically based on a true story. Same thing with the Highwayman.
Yeah, the Founder, I would say was I liked the Founder better than Highwayman. If we're doing based off of true stories,
I hate that movie so
If
much.
we go Western real fast, I'm trying to
I
remember.
was about to.
I'm trying to remember what it was, but I believe it had. Oh my gosh! I just had his name in my head. Kid who does Titanic, DiCaprio.
DiCaprio.
And he's a young kid who's a gunslinger, and he gets killed. It's the whole movie's just about everybody having gunfights in this one town to win the
I
prize.
know that one.
Oh
That's
yeah,
another
yeah. That one's pretty
Yeah.
good.
And for real, Leonardo DiCaprio is like 18 in that movie, like
Yeah.
if that.
And his dad is the one that's running the competition.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what that one was called, but outside of that, I'd probably go with some classics like Tombstone.
I
And
think it's High Noon. High Noon is what it's called, I think.
No, High Noon is the one with. I'm not even gonna go into it because I can't even think of who it is. But it's not.
I like my westerns. I like my westerns gritty.
What about? Oh, I guess that's westerns. Yeah.
Tombstone.
one of my
Tombstone was the one that
favorite-
immediately came to my mind.
One of my
And that's-
favorite westerns to come out. Some of my favorite westerns that I've always enjoyed. I love the Louis L'Amour westerns, especially done by Tom Selleck. I've always liked Tom Selleck's westerns.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
done. Quickly Down Under is
That's
just
the
a great
best
movie.
one.
I love that one. Crossfire Trail is probably my favorite.
Super good.
Love Crossfire Trail.
American Outlaws.
Unforgiven.
American Outlaws
Really
is
good.
great.
Unforgiving. The Wild Bunch. I like the Wild Bunch.
The
Big
most
Sick.
for modern wise, if we're gonna go like a modern western, I would definitely go The Magnificent Seven,
Yeah.
the remake of the original.
Yeah.
The
was good. I
remake
enjoyed it.
was very good. I thought they did a great job. Obviously, it didn't have Yul Brynner in it, but
We bought it.
uh,
I don't know what's happening.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
I think we might have lost him.
No.
Quick, save everything you can.
Yeah, that's a full hour
okay.
right
No, we're so good. We got it. Okay.
It did the hiccup.
there. You
All we
sure?
lost was John.
Yeah, we thought we lost you. Oh,
John's back.
John, they lost you.
All
I'm here.
All I did was like adjust the power cord on my computer.
Is John still there?
Yeah.
Yes, you're still there. We can hear you.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we'll just have a weird little blip for like 20 seconds.
What were you saying was your modern?
All right.
What's that?
I said the
Magnificent Seven.
That was great. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
And well cast. Everybody was cast great. If we're going old timey, support your local sheriff is the one I would pick.
That's like comedy.
The Quick and the Dead, Jake.
That's a comedy on that one. I'd love.
I'd still classify it as
the good, the
Western.
bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, Jake.
I really like that one for an old.
The Quick and the Dead is the one you're thinking about.
Yeah. Django Unchained.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Never
watch
watched
that.
it.
Never saw it.
Never
watched
did watch
that.
it.
Christoph Waltz was the shining star, but if you were gonna put Christoph Waltz in a good movie, then Inglourious Bastards is the one for me.
Oh yeah.
So good.
310.
Yeah, but that's not a western.
Oh,
Also-
that is great.
Also, for Western, if we're going older Western, I would say Silverado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Silverado.
I don't,
Anyway, so for my rating wise of Unstoppable, we didn't go into IMDb on that one or anything. What were you and what you guys wanted to rate it?
Okay, so give us your rating then. What did you say? You said 8?
Oh, I don't know if I rated it.
For what?
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
For me, I would give it an 8.3. I really enjoyed it. I was always involved in the movie, and didn't want to look away.
I'd give it an 8. It kept me involved.
An 8?
I liked it.
Yeah. Jacob, you watched it?
I haven't seen it.
Jakers?
which one are we talking about?
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable. Rating.
Unstoppable. Haven't seen it.
No, haven't seen it either? Okay.
I want
That's
to
what's-
now. You guys got me convinced.
It's
to watch
actually, it's really good.
It's way good.
John's rating for that one, honestly, for One Stop Shop, and that one is still fresh in my mind, and I watched it when it first came out on DVD, so that's a couple years. I'm going to give that still like an 8.1. It was fantastic.
Wow.
Excellent. 8.1 on a John scale.
This might be a discussion for a whole nother time. As far as the art and like how well a movie was done, I have two for two different reasons. Obviously, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, because that's insane.
Yeah.
There's no comparison.
And that's held up super well. 20 years coming up this year.
There's no comparison. That was just incredible.
For what it was when it was created, I think it changed a lot of stuff. That, by the way, that brought back the hope that fantasy could be done again. Because before then, the last movie that I can remember got into the movies that people were excited that it might do something was Dungeons and Dragons, the movie. Which is a steaming pile of turd. It is so bad. Dude, you don't even know the name. They don't even say the dwarf's name throughout the whole movie. Like, he doesn't have a name. Anyways, that was a horrible movie. And I remember going excited with people. We're like, oh, dude, this is going to be awesome. And we went, all of us were just like dumbstruck in the theater. Like, oh my gosh, I paid money for this.
Slap to the face.
And
See,
so,
and that's a sad thing.
When that came out, when Lord of the Rings came out, I believe for a lot of people who had seen that, were like, oh, good. People, we can do this again. We can do this again.
You want to know for me when Lord of the Rings came out? Sorry, Jake. I know you're good. So when Lord of the Rings came out, the first time I ever watched Lord of the Rings, I didn't know it was a trilogy. I didn't know it was like that there were 2 more movies coming out, and I didn't know it was a book to begin with. So, like, it ends with Boromir dying, and you have Merry and Pippin are carried off by the Uruk-hai, and then the 3 go running after them, and then Frodo and Sam are just off on their own. I really thought Sam was gonna die. I was like,
I love it
cried.
that you thought that was the end. You're just like, well,
Yeah, because then Sam is like sitting there, or it's like, I'm glad you're with me, Sam, and that's where it ends. And I was like,
depressing ending. Yeah,
it was. And so we came out of it. We came out of that movie, and Dad was like, "So what'd you think?" I was like, "That's a terrible movie. Like, it's horrible. Like, that's how it ends. That's crap. Like, what were they thinking on that? That's so stupid." I was like, they just go off on their own, and you're like, okay, well, they didn't destroy the ring. Dang it.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. It was like, Gandalf's dead. You have Sam is dead, or Sam almost dies. Boromir died. I'm like,
Oh my god.
the two other hobbits are often taken away and gone. Who knows what's happening to them? And they're my favorite.
The only thing that was
No
missing,
closure.
the only thing that was
Super
missing
bad.
for me out of the Lord of the Rings trilogy was Tom Bombadil.
The only thing that was missing for me, because I didn't like Tom Bombadil, and
I
you
didn't-
know that.
Here's the thing for me, because I have to read the book chronologically and can't skip through stuff. I have never gotten past Tom Bombadil. I've never read the trilogy.
He is the worst.
Cannot get past him. I hated him.
Okay, all
I
right.
sleep every time.
So
Sorry.
the thing that I really wish they put in Lord of the Rings that they didn't was the Scouring of the Shire. When they come back and Saruman is there running things, and like they organize this uprising against Saruman, and then Grima Wormtongue comes and stabs Saruman in the back. That was going to make it in the movie, and they were filming it, like they were working on it. And then Peter Jackson went up to who played Saruman? What's his name?
Right. We know.
Sir
No.
Ian.
It's not Ian.
No.
Wait, no.
Anyways,
We know.
went up
we
to
know.
him.
So Peter Jackson goes up to the actor that plays Saruman and is like, "Hey, so this is the sound that I want you to make when you get stabbed by Grima Wormtongue." And then
He was like, "That's not the sound."
yeah, he's like,
how
"No,
it made."
no." Yeah, and then like in the interview with Peter Jackson, he's like, and then he went on to go talk about some rather clandestine parts of World War II. And I just figured I better not push the subject. He
That's
seemed
why-
to know what he was talking about.
Yeah,
But yeah,
blah,
because he was like a Nazi hunter in World War II, like
Yeah.
British Secret Service and the works. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's how we know. It's like that's not the sound. That's not the sound of stabbing somebody in the back. It doesn't sound like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Hey, hold on.
that's one of those that he had
We got to
he-
end here. We
Yeah,
got to
I
end
know.
here, but we're gonna give Jake. Let's let H give his little spiel because he
Yeah,
had
so
it.
my number two, as far as artistic like creativity with the movie, I really enjoy James Cameron's Avatar.
No,
That movie. No, the reason I say so, that movie was incredible with how long it took them to develop that CGI.
visual effects. If you just want
Yes.
to watch that as an aspect of the gains of visual effect, I would agree with you. Amazing movie.
The storyline, there's some heavy
storyline that almost was my least favorite movie storyline.
Yeah,
That was
there's some very heavy undertones of Greenpeace and stuff in there that they try to push through.
Or everybody
Or
making love with their
Dances
brains.
with Wolves.
But yeah,
Everybody is like interconnected. Yeah, okay, whatever.
But that movie, the amount of art and talent it took to make that movie was awesome.
I would agree with that.
I enjoyed it. I really did.
They're making
Anyway.
the next one still.
Yeah. And the other three.
So,
There's like
so
There's like
next
7 of
week,
them.
I thought there
so
was
next
three.
week we're back to a couple more episodes of 200 Board RPG, and then coming up after we're done doing those, we've got John running us through Star Wars RPG, and I'm running us through an official Paizo Pathfinder module. So look forward to those storylines coming up. Just a teaser.
After that, we might be doing some more. You don't know.
Gonna play
Let us know what you thought about the movie reviews, though, because if you liked them, we can do more. I'm sure we can go for days on this.
Maybe we'll do a live we'll watch a movie and review it as it's happening. So,
Yeah.
everybody says bye here, and thanks for watching, including Reed's BO, which he is wafting towards.
I'm just having fun. I'm just.
That's what fun is. Fun is movie review.
We'll see you next week.
Reed, he's what's fun is.
1, 2, 3.
Positive movie review.
We get all the